Alright guys, as you know, I've been loud enough about it. I'm fighting Saturday night, raising money for Cancer Research UK, and we had the option to get sponsors, and this was really important for me to get the right one if I was going to do it at all. My good friend Chris Moon here owns a company called Conduit Engagement. And to cut it back, for years now we've seen all the pictures on Facebook where people are saying, why don't we look after our own veterans? We're looking after this, we're looking after that, but we're not looking after our veterans. And it's absolutely right, we're not. And Chris's company is sorting that out, and it's really impressive, and he's already done some great work. What we need to do is spread the word and get more people liking his Facebook page, his Twitter and stuff like that, because the more people behind him, the more people see his stuff, and the more people he can reach to and help. And you'll see at some point in this video how much difference he's already made to some people, so we just need to get the word out there a lot more. Chris, tell us about Conduit Engagement, mate.
Alright, well, Conduit Engagement simply started out because of the fact that there are an array of armed forces veterans that, sincerely struggle in life. Okay, so I bedded in and done as much research as feasibly possible, and unfortunately it's very disappointing that the MOD do not actually record suicides of armed forces veterans. Now, for me, what I wanted to do was start a company that does not then focus on that aspect, but gets way below the sort of sugarcoating of the niceties of life, and find the armed forces veterans that need help. So that's what we do. So the first thing I done was bedding into job centres, finding out who needs help, when they need it, why they need it, and how they need it. Not just going in as a traditional recruiter saying, okay, give me his CV, I'll make a quick buck out of him, chuck him into a job, because anyone can do that. And the amount of money making recruiters that are doing that nowadays just shows they don't have a veteran's priorities at their heart, which is where mine is. So, using one particular guy as an example who I've already told you about, 3 days away from being homeless, so we need that whole aspect sorting out. So it's housing, under the Armed Forces Covenant, liaising with the council, the Armed Forces Champion, all of that we've done. Being named as a third party on his application, we thankfully then got him into accommodation where he's doing absolutely amazing now. He's got his own place, so everything's good on that front. But then looking at the aspect of counselling for him and his wife, we were able to do that as well through mediation. So sorted his life out in that aspect as well. So no veteran in any way, shape or form wants their hand held. What we simply do is go, right, we've got you, mate, okay? Now let's speak to you. Now let's focus on what you want to look at doing. What drives you? What is your key goal? If they're saying to us that I've got this great job and I want to look at doing this, so for example, this guy had a 0 hours contract, but he wasn't paid for anything, he wasn't doing anything, didn't have an income, so why is he on a 0 hours contract? We then actually found out that he's got a great, previous to the army, retail and sales background. So we looked at honing those skills, brought them up to date, and then gave him a life skills training package as well. So this kid, bless it, couldn't even pay a council tax bill. He was in God knows how much debt, water bill, you name it. It was just a case of learning. You know, the kid had joined up in the army at 16, so you know, he weren't to know. It was as simple as that.
Now that's the quote. That's the letter, isn't
That's
it?
that guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you scream that for me? Because I just want to bring that quote into it. This is important because I mean there's a whole big letter here with so much goodwill towards Conduit Engagement for what they did for this guy. But it was this one, the quote, that really brought it home. There were times when I considered the unthinkable. If the job centre hadn't known about Conduit Engagement, if Chris had never been inspired to form this brilliant service out of his own tough experiences, and if, well, there are so many, but without Chris and Conduit Engagement, that may well have been the case. Thank you. Basically saved his life. Right? You firmly saved his life. You, as an ex-military, as a veteran yourself, you know what these guys want, how they want to be treated.
Because like I struggled. I mean, thankfully to me, in my side of things, I guess, I struggled because I was going from job to job. So for me, I didn't want to do the run-of-the-mill 9 to 5. So I chose not to go full time. I done contract, and any veteran that sees this, I know right now that a vast majority will be nodding, going, in fact, yeah, I went self-employed and done contract as well, because none of us can do the 9 to 5. It isn't bedded into us. You know, we joined up because we knew that no 2 days would be the same. As well as that, the camaraderie, the banter, the laughs that you have, you don't get that on Civvy Street in comparison to what you have in the military. And part of the issues that I had were, you know, stark similarities with this one particular candidate. Now, with this guy, I just wanted to let you guys know he's doing amazing. He's working for a great company based in Peterborough. He's on a management development program as well, and within 2 to 3 years he's going to be fully fledged manager, earning an amazing salary anyway, around the 40k plus mark. So his life's sorted. Thankfully, we've been doing such a good job that there are companies within the public sector that have recognised what we've done, and in the future there may be a great opportunity for us. But what we are wanting to aim to do now is highlight not a overseas based statistic, but genuinely highlight the issues that this country has. So we go out, we look for homeless veterans, we try and find them and help them. And if you know of anyone that needs help, give us a call, because that's what we're here for. A guy who actually put a review on our page as well on Facebook, so please have a look. Gary Hardin his name is, and he's a good friend of mine as well, a sergeant, and a great example and a massive loss to the RAF because he was epic. This guy had an amazing career behind him, had his CV done through the resettlement course, and it's only 3 days. Like 22 years, a career, you fit in 3 days. It's ridiculous. So he'd done this CV, and the careers consultant went, wow, that's amazing, that's great. He was feeding it out to God knows how many different companies. He got no hits, nothing whatsoever. So they gave us a call. We then sorted it out, and what we actually done is completely transformed his CV from what it was, which was atrocious, to now a completely revitalised. We didn't revolutionise it, we revitalised it and put it in tune with exactly what the commercial sector wants.
Because these guys, I'm assuming, you know, like you say, the ones who've been in at 16 and stuff like that, which has got to be a high percentage.
Yeah, big time.
Probably never written a CV, have they?
No,
You
I didn't
know.
either. I
So
didn't
this
know what
is-
the bloody stood for it.
No.
I was like,
So this is a big step for a lot of people, a scary step as well for a lot of people. I just think it's incredible. Now, you said to me earlier, and I picked up on it. I didn't say anything at the time, but picked up on it. You know, without saying anything, there's a potential for a contract to be won. I'm not gonna bring it up because I can't at the moment.
Sure.
But this is what impressed me. Chris was talking about the fee that could come for this contract. He wasn't talking about pocketing fees and, or do you know what, I'm going to get myself a new motor, I'm well due one, or a bigger telly. It was, I'm going to employ more people to make this go further, and then I'm going to employ, the people I'm going to employ are going to be ex-veterans. Which is, you know, obviously in some ways it's a no-brainer if you get the right ones, because you know these guys are, you know, are like you, and they're going to know what other people want, so it's fantastic.
Big time.
I just think it's incredible. You totally and I don't care if people believe it through this or not, I know you're totally not about the money, you're about helping these people. That is your payment, that is what you enjoy in life. And
that's why my wife's always shouting at me. But by that,
it's all good, mate, and that's incredible, and I'm really proud that, you know, on the night I'm going to be having your company name, and I really hope the video, you know, it was something I wanted to do because I just love what Chris is doing, and if you share it, we might get to, I don't care if just one person shares it, it might get to one more veteran, you know, somehow. But if all of you can share it, amazing, it would be great. Because
thank you.
They are literally, like the guy said there, you pretty much saved his life. His marriage was ending, his he wasn't seeing his kid, he didn't have he was about to be made homeless, and you swapped all that around. Christmas is around the corner, you know, it could have been a whole lot different.
Big time.
So what you can do, share the video, that would be amazing. Like the page. What's the page, Chris? Just under
Conduit Engagement, and people thankfully are already sharing it. We've had a great company called Ex-Forces that have called me in regards to an armed forces veteran based in Tidworth, so I'll be going to find him, and I'll be helping him next. So please do, please like, please share.
even if I've bored you to death and you've not watched the whole video, I'm going to be putting share across the top. Please share it because you could literally save a life.